And we're back at Epcot. So I'd like to start off my day with Live with the Land, as you should, because you always remember where you're living. Garter Grill is good. I think I did it years and years ago. It's been a long time. A really fresh watermelon, like amazing watermelon. That was nice. Um, I, like probably a few others, is gonna try and hit Ratatouille quickly. Because apparently it's 35 minutes, which we'll see. I noticed something yesterday when I was at Magic where like it said it was one thing, but it's like the line was cool. You're reading that right. It's like, oh, it's 20 minutes, but the line was like way, way, way outside the entrance. It's like, no, it isn't. So we'll see. So we're passing the Imagination Pavilion. And I get it. I understand people's complaints with the new Figment ride, or relatively new one, but I mean, I like it. But that's because my first version was the really terrible one. Like, I remember when they had the Honey, I Shrunk the Audience stuff. So my version of that was a little bit different. Um, I find it fine. I mean, yeah, the Eric Idle moon is probably the weirdest part. But, when that's the weirdest part, that's actually not that bad. Single rider saved the day again. 35 becomes probably much less. Let's see, if anyone wanted to be a water adept from Florence, use your shoes. Yeah, there's advertising, but yeah, Florence better. Hey, I'm back here. Oh, this was, I don't know, something about this area in particular is just so calming, so relaxing. Compare this with, like, I don't know what it is. So you compare this with, or combine it with Spaceship Earth, the sea, especially the aquarium, and this just sort of calms you. So I have kind of less to say about the Discovery section, I think we call it, of Epcot, where it's Guardians and Mission Space and stuff, and Test Track. More so because they're all thrill rides, like heavy thrill rides. I don't really like those. Um, Also because, like, there's not much for me to say that others haven't said. So, I mean, clearly I don't have much to say. If you do notice, though, I have taken off my hat and allowed my hair to be crazy. That's more so because wearing a black hat in Florida heat is not a great idea. And it's actually cooler not wearing it, so there's that. I take it back. There's more I need to say, because, man, I love some puns. So this one's funny. This is advanced training lab. I've actually never been here, so that's cool. So I do have two major complaints with Epcot. As much as I love it, the heat, it's continually as one of like the hottest parks, and that's more to do with the lack of shade. It's kind of the weird opposite effect as Animal Kingdom or Animal Kingdom has too many trees, and thus is really humid. This one has it has green space, but no true green space to actually help with anything. There's that, and then this is a completely personal thing, but it really leans into, especially it really leans into the drink culture. Like, oh, drink everywhere on every place, so blah, blah, blah. So then you get people who get drunk later on, are rude to employees and stuff, or the cast members, I mean. And just saw last night, it's frustrating to see. yeah, it's, I don't know. I personally have a good taste for drinkers and stuff like within moderation, sure, like maybe one a day, if that, like one at night or whatever. But if it's daytime, you're like, oh, I need a drink like at 11 o'clock in the morning or earlier. It's like, you got problems, you gotta chill. You don't need that. You don't need a drink to enjoy yourself. Really. If you do, then I don't know what to tell you. But, it's just me. That's something that I find kind of annoying with Epcot and its emphasis on it. Like, what was it? The old Roseanne episode where they go to Disney World. And then, Dan, right? Yeah. Uh, rushes around a drink. Because American. It's just, whatever. And with that, I'm done with Epcot. I'm heading back to Hollywood Studios. Well, heading back to the hotel. Freshen up just a little. And then Hollywood. I feel like ending on Hollywood because Hollywood, aesthetically, despite that they changed a lot of the things that I loved, aesthetically, it's still probably my favorite because I do love that old Hollywood vibe. Also, yeah, why not? I did do the American Adventure last, and I do love it. I do love it. I love some old animatronic stuff. Although, being America, it did sort of, to use the term whitewash, it did whitewash and sort of gloss over a lot of things. And, it is tough not to feel like the last little bits of it saying, like, we're still equal and blah, blah, blah. America's for those who can do whatever they want with whatever they want, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of a lie, especially nowadays when we're regressing and limiting rights of certain people, but and still not really giving, equality or even fake equality. So, there is that. Also, the end video ending with Elon Musk in it. It's a little, you may want to change that, guys. I don't know. But, that's fortunately the case. So, see you guys in a bit at Hollywood Studios. No, you know what? This is a change of mood, but I keep my videos and stuff, I say like, oh, we're starting a group of people. Screw that. I'm tired of it. No, it's a trans group. LGBT in general, but mostly trans because, well, let's just hate another group because the goddamn country can't go for like 1 year or even a month without hating on someone. Which is, God, like I want to curse more, but I really can't. It's all the kids, but no, it is like fucking annoying, fucking aggravating. And it's like, oh no, yeah, you guys don't deserve rights, they don't deserve care or anything. But we'll still, pretend. It's like not even pretending at this point. Just like, Jesus Christ, man, just let people live. Like, come on. Like, sure, Disney does pride stuff, which is great. Like, you know what? People get onto things about like, oh, it's just corporate, whatever. It's like, I'd rather have that than nothing. Like, sure, present it. Except that way you're not hiding it still. That's, something. But whatever, man. It's possible. Like, keep getting news and news after all of that. They're like, oh, hey, it's another thing that changed, another thing lost, another blah, 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 blah. It's just like, come on. Whatever. I don't want to turn this into an event, but I'm kind of tired of just beating around the bush and saying, oh, certain groups. Like, now we all know. And we're back. Like I said, my favorite aesthetic park. I'm going to just try to, whatever, pique my interest this time. So I did most of it last time I was here, but, just sort of chilling. So I don't know what it is, but like the past few times I've been here and ridden Rise of the Resistance, the cannon effects haven't been working. Like the cannon's still fire, but like they're supposed to move and stuff, and your transport goes in between them. Like I've only experienced that twice, maybe. And that was way back when it opened. So I don't know if that's just something they stopped doing. They're usually doing busy days or slow days. I'm not sure. If one of you knows, let me know in the comments, okay? Because I do like that effect that I haven't seen in like a couple of years. It's kind of bumming me out. Not bumming me out, but I mean. So this is one part of Hollywood, Hollywood Studios that I just love. The Sunset Boulevard area is just perfection to me. I mean, yes, I'm not a fan of rock and roll, roller coaster, or Tower of Terror, even though I love Twilight Zone. But yeah, it's that vibe. Anyway, also I did the new version of Little Mermaid show. Great. The old one, yes, had its issues because it was dated by that point. This new one, wonderful. I will say the CG kind of is a little but even then it's still fine. What I do find interesting is that this park has the only actual representation of, well, that's not completely true, but just only real actual representation of any of the live action movies where you can meet the live action Ariel. Like Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom has like Lion King plushes that kind of look like the Mufasa ones, like the new Mufasa stuff. But beyond that, every version of Little Mermaid or Lion King or Beauty and the Beast or what have you is their animated versions, which says a lot to me about like even Disney's like confidence, like they made billions of dollars, but they will still only have the representations of the animated ones, which I don't know. Is odd and it says something to me. Like even the Stitch stuff is beyond like a billboard or two. It's still just the classic Stitch. So I don't know. Something about that's very funny to me. So two things. I'm gonna remind me a little bit when I pass by it, but like you know how there's a little reference to Roger Rabbit with Eddie Valiant's office and Roger's broken out of the window. I really feel like, and I know it's part of Star Wars land now, but like the tunnel you cross through from the old Muppet Square to Star Wars is the tunnel that they cross into Toontown. And really that's the perfect spot for a Roger Rabbit ride, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to have Roger Rabbit do it for some reason, but whatever. Other thing is, when Monsters Inc. comes here, I really feel like they just turned Hollywood Studios into pretty much just like Pixar Studios, because they'll have Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Pixar Place, which is Incredibles, and also Toy Story, but also Inside Out. So I don't know. I feel like Hollywood Studios is kind of where they put the properties they own. They're not directly Disney. Like, so like, because they also have Indiana Jones here. So you have some Fox and Pixar representation. Or Lucas Arts. So I feel like at some point they would have to introduce some kind of Fox representation in some form or another. I don't know what it'd be though. Maybe Simpsons of some sort, or even like I feel like an alien thing, an alien predator thing would go hard here. I don't know where they would do that. I feel like that would be great. You know, I'm curious on something. It's like now that like Galaxy's Edge has had time to really have settled down on it. Like, what's people's opinions on it now? Because, like, I remember when people were like, oh, why is it a different story? Why is it attached solely to the new movies, all that kind of stuff? And, like, that's the big difference between Star Wars and Star Trek. I'm never Star Trek movies. But it's the thing where it's like, you really don't. The expanded universe stuff for Star Wars is still a little hazy for most. And unfortunately, like, Star Wars is bogged down by the movies, if that makes sense, because they have to be in line or have to be just tied to the prequels or the originals or whatever. Well, like, Star Trek can just like do whatever. It's like, oh yeah, it's a different captain, it's a different planet, whatever. No one knows, doesn't matter. But like Wars is different. So like, yeah, if Disney had their own Trek and they did a different planets, like it could be whatever, that would have worked fine. Everyone would have been down with that. But it's Wars just has a much different fan base, different way of doing things. I feel like, I don't know. I'm warming up to it. Like, I'm warmed up to it, but like, I really do remember when it was not vibing with it at all. I do wonder if that's changed. See, this is what I mean by the Hollywood Studios is aesthetically my favorite. Because at night, it is the best. Like, it's essentially like Main Street, but way better. Because Main Street's like, yeah, only Main Street's that one part's good, but all of this just not. That's not really a lot of stuff. What I wanted to say was, when I was eating dinner, I was at the Sci-Fi Diner. I briefly went, like, why are there two restaurants, both themed around the 50s here? And then it dawned on me, like, well, when this opened, the 80s weren't old enough for them to be the nostalgia thing. And the 50s were still the big nostalgia thing. And Eisner was huge on nostalgia. So, lo and behold, 50s. Plus, I mean, come on, 50s is great. 50s movies, 50s sci-fi was great. Some of the old shows were, I mean, not great, but good. And plus, like, the primetime diner makes sense with kind of like a past comparison to the ABC commentary, which, by the way, I'm very surprised it's still a thing. Like, people dogged on that when it came out, and they still kept it. I mean, it's dedication, but still. Anyway, this is it. My trip to Disney is done. It was fun. I mean, it's always going to be fun. I started at Hollywood, and I ended at Hollywood.